Chapter 1. It was a cool night in early autumn when Evelyn Carter found herself standing on the rooftop of her apartment building, seeking solace in the twinkling stars above. Her heart felt heavy with the weight of betrayal, her once vibrant spirit now dulled by the pain of lost trust. As she gazed up at the moon, its silver light casting a soft glow over the city skyline, Evelyn felt a flicker of hope stir within her. Perhaps, just perhaps, she could find inspiration in the beauty of the night sky. Lost in her thoughts, Evelyn didn't notice the quiet figure that had appeared beside her until he spoke. "Beautiful, isn't it?" a deep voice said, pulling her back to reality. Startled, Evelyn turned to see a man standing next to her, his eyes reflecting the same moonlit glow as her own. He was tall, with tousled dark hair, and a gaze that seemed to see right through her walls. Noah Bennett, an astrophysicist who spent his days studying the mysteries of the universe, now stood before her on the rooftop, as if fate had brought them together under the vast sky. Evelyn couldn't help but feel a spark of curiosity ignite within her. There was something about him, something in the way he looked at the stars with such reverence, that made her want to know more. As they stood in shared silence, the moon watching over them like a silent guardian, Evelyn and Noel felt a connection form between them, a thread of understanding woven through the night air. Little did they know, their lives were about to intertwine in ways they never could have imagined, and as the city bustled below them, the rooftop became a sanctuary where two lost souls found solace in each other's company. In the days that followed their rooftop encounter, Evelyn and Noel found themselves drawn to each other like moths to a flame. They would deliberately linger on the rooftop, sharing stories of their pasts, dreams for the future, and the moments of their present. Evelyn opened up about her love for painting, how her art had once been her salvation until it had been tainted by betrayal. Noah, in turn, spoke of his passion for the cosmos, how the stars had always been his constant companions through the highs and lows of life. As they talked under the moonlit sky, Evelyn and Noel discovered a sense of peace in each other's company. They found comfort in silence that stretched between them, in the unspoken connection that seemed to bind their souls together. But as the days turned into weeks, their pasts began to resurface, threatening to pull them apart. Evelyn's wounds from the past reopened, while Noel struggled to let go of the love he had lost. One night, as they sat on the rooftop, their shoulders touching in silent solidarity, Evelyn turned to Noah and asked, "Do you believe in fate?" Noah's gaze lingered on her, his eyes searching hers for answers. "I believe in choices," he said softly. "In the power we hold to shape our own destinies, even when the universe seems determined to keep us apart." Their shared gaze held a depth of emotions unspoken, a silent understanding that spoke volumes. And as they sat under the watchful gaze of the moon, Evelyn and Noel realized that love was not just a matter of chance. It was a choice they had to make, even when the odds seemed stacked against them. And so, under the vast sky, between the city lights and the infinite stars, Evelyn and Noel took a leap of faith, choosing to embrace the unknown together, knowing that love was worth risking everything for, even when the universe seemed determined to keep them apart. Chapter 3. As the seasons changed, Evelyn and Noel's bond deepened, growing stronger with each passing day. They found solace in the quiet moments spent together on the rooftop, where the only sound was the soft rustle of the wind and the whispered secrets of the night. Evelyn's vibrant colors began to seep back into her paintings, each stroke of the brush a testament to the healing power of love. Noah, too, found himself embracing the unknown, allowing himself to feel again after years of numbness. One evening, as they sat side by side on the rooftop, watching the city come alive with the glow of twilight, Evelyn turned to Noah and asked, "What do you see when you look at the stars?" Noah's gaze was distant for a moment, lost in thought as he searched for the words to express the jumble of emotions swirling within him. "I see endless possibilities," he finally replied. "I see the beauty of the unknown, the promise of the universe unfolding before us." Evelyn smiled, her heart fluttering with a sense of belonging she had never felt before. In Noah's eyes, she saw a reflection of her own desires, her own fears, her own dreams. And as they sat in silence, the gentle hum of the city below providing a backdrop to their shared moment, Evelyn and Noah knew that their connection was not just a passing coincidence. It was something written in the stars, in the choices they had made to be together. With the moon as their witness, Evelyn and Noah embraced the uncertainty of their future, knowing that as long as they had each other, they could weather any storm that came their way. And as they leaned into each other, their hearts beating as one, they made a silent vow to let love guide them through the darkest nights and the brightest days. Chapter 4. As their love blossomed, Evelyn and Noah found themselves exploring the city together, discovering hidden gems and creating new memories in every corner of Manhattan. From the bustling streets of Times Square to the serene beauty of Central Park, they navigated the depths of the city and of their own hearts. One evening, Noel surprised Evelyn with a visit to a small, hidden cafe tucked away in a leafy alley. The cafe was a cozy sanctuary, filled with the scent of freshly brewed coffee and the soft hum of jazz music in the background. They sat at a table by the window, the soft glow of the streetlights illuminating their faces as they talked and laughed, lost in the simple joy of each other's company. Evelyn sketched the scene before them. The warm atmosphere of the cafe, the way Noah's eyes lit up when he talked about the stars, the way his hand would brush against hers as they reached for their cups of coffee. In that moment, she knew that she had found a kindred spirit in Noah, someone who understood the depths of her soul without a single word needing to be spoken. Noah, too, felt a sense of peace settle over him as he looked at Evelyn, her eyes filled with a spark of creativity and passion that he found intoxicating. In her presence, he felt a sense of belonging he had never experienced before, a feeling that made his heart swell with a newfound hope for the future. And so, under the watchful gaze of the moon and the stars that had brought them together, Evelyn and Noah continued to explore the city, their love growing stronger with each passing day. In each other's arms, they found a sense of home, a place where their pasts no longer haunted them and their future seemed full of endless possibilities. And as they left the cafe that night, hand in hand, they knew that the universe had aligned in their favor, bringing them together under the vast sky of Manhattan, where love truly did conquer all. Chapter 5. The days turned into weeks, and Evelyn and Noel's love continued to flourish in the heart of Manhattan. They found themselves wandering through the city streets, hand in hand, lost in their own world of whispered dreams and shared laughter. One evening, they stumbled upon a forgotten planetarium tucked away in the corners of Central Park. The old building held a sense of mystery and wonder, the faded constellations painted on the ceiling whispering tales of love and longing. As they explored the darkened halls, Evelyn and Noel found themselves drawn to the star projector in the center of the room. With a sense of childlike wonder, they gazed up at the artificial night sky, the stars twinkling above them in a dance of light and shadow. In that moment, surrounded by the beauty of the cosmos, Evelyn and Noel felt a sense of awe wash over them. They were reminded of the vastness of the universe, the infinite possibilities that lay before them, and the undeniable truth that love was a force stronger than anything they had ever known. Noel reached out to take Evelyn's hand, his touch grounding her in the moment. "Do you think we are like the stars, Evelyn?" he asked softly, his blue eyes reflecting the artificial sky above. Evelyn met his gaze, her heart swelling with love for this man who had come into her life like a shooting star, lighting up the darkness. "I think we are more than just stars, no," she replied, her voice barely above a whisper. "We are two souls destined to be together, no matter the obstacles that lie in our path." And as they stood in the planetarium, surrounded by the quiet hum of the city outside, Evelyn and Noel knew that their love was written not in fate, but in the choices they had made to be together. And under the watchful gaze of the stars above, they knew that their love was infinite, a beacon of light in the vast expanse of the universe. Chapter 6. As they stood in the embrace of the artificial night sky, Evelyn and Noel felt a sense of peace wash over them. The planetarium's quiet embrace provided the perfect backdrop for their whispered confessions and shared hopes for the future. Noel pulled Evelyn closer, his hand finding hers in the darkness. "I never believed in destiny until I met you," he confessed, his voice soft with emotion. "But now, I can't imagine a future without you by my side." Evelyn's heart swelled with love for the astrophysicist who had captured not only her heart but her soul. "Noel, you're my light in the darkness," she whispered, her words a promise of forever. "Together, we can weather any storm that comes our way." In that moment, surrounded by the quiet hum of the city outside and the glow of the stars above, Evelyn and Noel made a silent vow to each other. They vowed to follow their hearts, to trust in the power of their love, and to let nothing come between them. And as they left the planetarium hand in hand, their hearts filled with hope and determination, Evelyn and Noel knew that their love was written in the stars, an eternal bond that no force in the universe could break. Under the watchful gaze of the moon and the twinkling stars, Evelyn and Noel embraced the unknown future that lay before them. Together, they knew they could conquer anything, for their love was a beacon of light in the vast expanse of the universe, a love that would guide them through the darkest nights and the brightest days forever and always. Chapter 7. As the days turned into months, Evelyn and Noah's love for each other continued to blossom and grow. Their bond deep with each shared moment, each whispered dream, each silent understanding that passed between them. One chilly evening, as winter descended upon Manhattan, Evelyn and Noah found themselves back on the rooftop where their love had first bloomed. The city below was a flurry of activity, the lights twinkling like stars in the night sky. Evelyn wrapped her arms around herself, the chill seeping through her jacket. Noah noticed and immediately took off his coat, draping it around her shoulders. "You look beautiful in the moonlight," he said softly, his eyes filled with a tenderness that took her breath away. Caught off guard by the intensity of her feelings for Noah, Evelyn felt her heart swell with love for this man who had reignited her passion for art and life. "Noah, I never knew love could feel like this," she confessed, her voice barely above a whisper. Noah took her hand in his touch sending a jolt of electricity through her veins. "Evelyn, you have shown me that love is worth risking everything for," he replied, his blue eyes reflecting the moon's gentle glow. "With you, I have found a sense of purpose and belonging I never thought possible." In that moment, under the moonlit sky, Evelyn and Noah knew that they were meant to be together. They were two souls who had found each other against all odds, their love defying the forces of the universe that had once tried to keep them apart. As they stood on the rooftop, the city bustling below them, Evelyn and Noah made a silent vow to each other. They vowed to cherish each moment, to trust in the power of their love, and to face whatever challenges came their way, hand in hand. And as the moon watched over them like a silent guardian, they knew that their love was written not just in fate, but in the choices they made to be together. Chapter 8. The winter air wrapped around Evelyn and Noah like a comforting embrace as they stood on the rooftop, their hearts intertwined under the canopy of stars. Each glittering light in the sky seemed to whisper secrets of love, hope, and the promise of a future filled with endless possibilities. Evelyn turned to Noah, her hazel eyes shimmering with unshed tears of joy. "Noah, you've brought light back into my life," she said, her voice filled with gratitude. "I never knew that love could be this beautiful, this pure." Noah reached out and gently wiped away a tear that had escaped down her cheek. "Evelyn, you've shown me that love is not just a fleeting moment, but a journey we take together," he murmured, his voice filled with conviction. "With you, I've learned that love is about trust, vulnerability, and endless compassion." In the quiet of the night, surrounded by the symphony of the city below and the gentle rustle of the wind, Evelyn and Noah stood united in their love. They knew that their connection was not simply a product of chance, but a profound bond that transcended time and space. As the moon cast its ethereal glow upon them, Evelyn and Noah made a silent pact to embrace the future, come what may. They vowed to weather the storms together, to celebrate the triumphs, and to face each new day with unwavering courage and love. And as they stood on the rooftop, the world stretching out before them like a canvas waiting to be painted with their love, Evelyn and Noah knew that their story was far from over. Together, they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that their love would always be their guiding star in the tapestry of their intertwined lives. Chapter 9. As the seasons changed once again, Evelyn and Noel's love continued to flourish and deepen. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day, like the roots of a tree entwined together, weathering the storms and basking in the sunlight of their shared moments in a warm spring evening. Evelyn and Noel found themselves back on the rooftop, their sanctuary in the heart of the air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers and the sound of distant laughter drifting up from the streets below. Evelyn leaned against the ledge, her eyes fixed on the moon rising above the skyline. Noel approached her, his presence a comforting presence by her side. "You know, Evelyn, the moon reminds me of you," he said softly, his gaze never leaving her face. Startled by his words, Evelyn turned to him, her heart pounding with emotion. "How so?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Noel's eyes held a depth of love that left Evelyn breathless. "The moon is constant, ever-present, just like your love for me," he explained, his voice filled with sincerity. "It lights up the darkness of the night, inviting me back to you, no matter where I wander." Tears welled up in Evelyn's eyes as she took in Noel's words, the depth of his feelings washing over her like a gentle tide. "Noel, you are my moon," she whispered, her voice filled with love and gratitude. "You guide me through the darkness, showing me the way back to myself and to us." In that moment, under the watchful gaze of the moon and the twinkling stars above, Evelyn and Noel stood united in their love. They knew that their connection was not just a fleeting moment in time, but a bond forged in the deepest chambers of their hearts, a love that would withstand any trial or tribulation. And as they stood on the rooftop, their souls intertwined under the vast expanse of the night sky, Evelyn and Noel made a silent promise to each other. They vowed to cherish each moment, to celebrate each victory, and to face each challenge as a united front, knowing that their love was a beacon of light in the darkness, their eternal guiding star. Chapter 10. The moon hung above them like a silent witness to their love, casting a soft glow over Evelyn and Noel as they stood on the rooftop, their hearts beating as one. The city below buzzed with life, the night air filled with the promise of new beginnings. Noel reached out and gently took Evelyn's hand in his touch sending a surge of warmth through her. "Evelyn, you are the light of my life," he said, his voice filled with unwavering devotion. "With you, I have found a kind of love that I never knew was possible, a love that fills me with joy and purpose every single day." Evelyn gazed into Noel's eyes, seeing the reflection of her own love and passion mirrored back at her. "Noel, you have filled the empty spaces in my heart with your love," she whispered, her voice filled with tenderness. "With you, I feel whole, complete, and truly alive." Under the moonlit sky, surrounded by the murmurs of the city and the gentle breeze that rustled through their hair, Evelyn and Noel embraced the depth of their love. They knew that their journey together was just beginning, a path paved with challenges, triumphs, and the shared dream of a future filled with love and happiness. As they stood on the rooftop, their souls dancing in the moonlight, Evelyn and Noel made a silent vow to each other and to the universe. They promised to love fiercely, to support each other through thick and thin, and to never lose sight of the beauty and magic that had brought them together in the first place. And as they turned their faces towards the endless expanse of the night sky, Evelyn and Noah knew that their love was infinite, limitless, and written in the stars, a love that would guide them through the trials of life and lead them to a future filled with hope, joy, and the unbreakable bond they shared. Chapter 11. The days turned into weeks, the weeks into months, and Evelyn and Noah's love only grew stronger with each passing moment. Their bond was a tapestry woven with threads of shared experiences, whispered dreams, and the unwavering belief in the power of their love. One summer evening, Evelyn and Noah found themselves at the University Observatory, surrounded by the mysteries of the cosmos. The stars shone brightly above, twinkling like diamonds in the vast expanse of the night sky, a reminder of the infinite possibilities that lay ahead. As they gazed up at the constellations, Noah's arm around Evelyn's shoulders, a sense of awe washed over them. The beauty of the universe mirrored the beauty of their love, vast, all-encompassing, and eternal. Evelyn, do you ever wonder about the mysteries of the universe? Noah asked, his voice filled with wonder as he pointed towards a distant star. Evelyn leaned into him, her head resting on his shoulder, feeling the warmth of his presence. I used to, Noah, she replied, her voice soft. But now, I find the greatest mystery of all is the depth of our love, the way it defies all logic and reason. Noah turned to her, his eyes reflecting the light of the stars. Our love is a force of nature, Evelyn, he said, his voice filled with conviction. It transcends time and space, binding us together in a way that is truly magical. In the quiet of the observatory, surrounded by the celestial wonders of the universe, Evelyn and Noah stood united in their love. They knew that their connection was not just a chance encounter, but a cosmic alignment of their hearts and souls. As they stood under the starlit sky, the universe unfolding before them in all its majesty, Evelyn and Noah made a silent promise to each other and to the stars above. They vowed to cherish each moment, to embrace the unknown with courage, and to let their love guide them through the vast expanse of life's journey, knowing that together they could conquer anything that came their way. Chapter 12. The soft glow of the moon bathed Evelyn and Noah in its ethereal light as they stood together in the observatory, their hearts beating in unison with the rhythm of the universe. The night air was filled with a sense of wonder and possibility, the stars above twinkling like beacons of hope. Noah turned to Evelyn, his eyes filled with an intensity that took her breath away. Evelyn, our love is like the stars, illuminating the darkness, guiding us towards a future filled with light and love, he spoke, his words a declaration of the infinite love he held for her. Evelyn felt her heart swell with emotion, a profound gratitude and love for the man standing beside her. Noah, our love is a constant in a world of uncertainty, a source of strength and solace that I hold dear, she whispered, her voice a soft melody in the quiet of the observatory. In that moment, surrounded by the vastness of the cosmos and the quiet hum of the night, Evelyn and Noah stood united in their love, their souls intertwined in a dance as old as time itself. They had found in each other a kind of love that transcended all boundaries, a love that was as timeless as the stars that adorned the night sky. As they gazed up at the heavens above, the constellations twirling in a silent celestial dance, Evelyn and Noel made a silent vow to each other, a vow to cherish, honor, and protect the love that bound them together, a love that would endure even through the darkest of nights and the brightest of days. And as they stepped out of the observatory, hand in hand, their hearts filled with the wonder of the universe and the magic of their love, Evelyn and Noel knew that their love was not just a fleeting moment in time, but a cosmic force that had brought them together, uniting their souls in a love that was as eternal as the stars themselves.